This is the Darren Green Show. Welcome. I'm your host, Darren Green, and this is the Darren Green Show, here to give you another stellar podcast. I believe this is episode 38. I want to confirm. I think so. Yes, 38. I had to make sure, because, sometimes I'll be saying stuff and it don't even be true. All right, not on topics, okay? Just on regular things. Don't try it. Don't try to say, oh my God, his podcast is not credible. Anyway, well, yes, hello. And I'm here again, and you know what I'm about to ask next? How are you guys been? I know I'm not going to get a response because I'm only... This is not a live podcast. Before we get into anything, like I said, let's get into these logistics, okay? If you are watching this on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up and please hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to get notified of all of my videos, which are no longer videos. They're just little audio things. But hey, look, y'all should have came through on YouTube. I would have still been doing some videos. But no, I ain't gonna put my effort into that, chat. I give my effort to what it's worth, honey. And it's this podcast. Because you guys, this is another good week of listeners, I will have to say. But before we, talk about you guys, like I said, if you're listening to us on iTunes or Google Play or for wherever you're listening to podcasts, hi, how you doing? Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to little old me, And yeah, we'll just get started. I'm going to go right into the intro. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about because, I'm just dealing with a lot. But I forgot. Okay, this is the last time I'm saying this, and I'm deleting this. If I don't get nobody to get this, then I'm selling this damn tripod. Now, I'm giving away a damn tripod. Okay, I don't see what's so hard about it. I'm giving away a tripod for free. It's a phone tripod, camera tripod, Canon, Nikon, all. It holds all the cameras. And it comes with a Bluetooth remote, so you can turn on, turn off, that type of situation. It retails at $40 on Amazon, but I'll give it to you for free if you do something for me. Please hit me up on TDGS Official with proof that you've downloaded this podcast or am subscribed, whatever, or that you give it a rate, whatever. Just give me proof that you listen to this shit, okay? And I will give you a free tripod, being that you'll give me your address, and then there we go. The first person that sends it to me will get it. And this is the last time. If I don't get no message, this is going to be sold to whoever buys it. Okay? Now, let's easily breeze past that. I want to talk about a couple of things. So the live broadcast, as you've heard, and it couldn't be on YouTube. So for people that are listening on YouTube and you see that there's like a big, there's a gap in between the episodes, yeah, that episode was for the live broadcast. For those who've seen it, it was a big turnout as far as the listeners. I didn't think it was going to get like a whole bunch of listeners because this is like something I never did before, but it did. It had a good turnout, a per usual turnout for this podcast. It was good. I mean, I felt like when I was recording that shit live now, y'all would never know because, well, some people did, because some people actually did listen to my show and they said, oh, Darren, you messed up on a couple things. I'm like, yeah, I know. Oh my goodness, it's the first time being on live radio. Like, come on. So yes, that was my first official time on live radio. Let me just tell you, because I was gonna hold all the tea about that until the episode. I was thinking about saying it before the live broadcast or before my little archive version of it, but I was like, no, I'm gonna tell y'all about it now. It was nerve-wracking as hell. My thing is, look, live radio ain't what it's cracked up to be. I'm good off that pre-recorded shit, okay? I could sit there and pre-record something and play it live. That's what most radio shows do anyway. I don't have no issue doing that. Live, it's going to take some time for me to actually get around doing that. Because my thing with me, it's like, when I pre-record stuff, I rarely make mistakes, but when I'm live, you're thinking about it. Like, oh my God, what if I say this wrong? What if I say that wrong? And then, oop, you said it wrong. But that was a natural and I oop too. Anyway, but I messed up on the PSA, which I was really pissed about because, first of all, I was supposed to, in that radio station, everyone is assigned to a PSA. And I found out about this late notice, like the day of us recording this live. And I just picked the one with the littlest words. And even then, the problem was, and you know what? I didn't want to be that person to be like, oh, well, somebody spelled this wrong. But yeah, somebody spelled that wrong. They said, do you know what stroke is? What type of sentence is that? Do you know what the term? Oh my girl, it was a whole lot of mess. So I was reading a mistake. And then once I made the mistake and noticed that I was on live, child, I'd have made the mistake the whole goddamn PSA. So that was not my best moment on there, but there was other moments that I did like. I did like when I talked about Ray Charles, and I had a little piece. I looked up some things, found a little fun fact, and I had something for that section. All in all, when I chopped a little bit of stuff up after I got the archive, it sounded pretty decent. I'm definitely putting this in my portfolio. They'll never know. They'll never get to hear the live version, so I'll just give them the pre-recorded version. And, at the end of the day, I felt like that was a good experience. I was thinking about doing this for the podcast where I announced music. And that was supposed to be like some kind of announcement of what I was going to do on this podcast. But it's really hard. Like, there's a lot of people that's on iTunes now. There's a lot of people that's getting paid for this stuff. And I do not want to get sued. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be sued by nobody's label industry or somebody's website, child. I'm not trying to get sued. I was going to sit there and be like, okay, well, I can spin your music on my podcast in a way of me like announcing it, promoting it or whatever. But it's hard for people to get back to you with, giving you the audio to the song. I'm not even going to try to do all that. I'm sticking to what I know. That, like I said with the camera, stick to what you're good at, okay? And that's not what I'm good at, not the camera. But I did think it was fun. If I ever did radio, I would definitely consider announcing music that's like either pop music or R&B, rap, whatever. Like, it's fun. But the problem was I was announcing jazz music, which was kind of, I had to make sure I get these names right and make sure I, announce not the producers, but the musicians and the singer. Like, because, with jazz, it's like it's a whole lot of people that's a part of one song. Whereas if I was just saying, okay, this is Nicki Minaj Good Form, before then we play, Come See About Me by Miss Nikki. Then we play Hot Girl Summer by Meg Thee Stallion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how easy that is. It was very much harder because I was doing music that I had no idea about. So maybe one day if I get on the radio, I would do that. Other than that, I felt like I did a good job, though. A lot of people said it was good. A lot of people said, oh my goodness, you got a good voice. I'm like, I just don't hear it. A lot of people say I have a good voice. I don't hear it. I hear, I think my voice is very annoying. One, that's why I'm, so surprised that people are, listening to this show. I'm like, you guys want to listen to this? Oh, my goodness. I find my voice so annoying. But I guess you don't see it. Other people see it or whatever. I don't know. But, yeah, that's what happened with that. I almost had 3 strokes now with this damn show. But it came together. It was almost like an end of the internship project for me. My previous internship, and I will say it truthfully, that was a placeholder. And, we did do things that were oriented towards the internship as far as, social media posting. And that's what got me into wanting to be the social media manager or whatever. But we didn't do anything. We didn't do any radio stuff, And that's kind of what I wanted to do with that internship. Even if I would have went to Hot 97, they would have had me in sales, marketing. I'm like, can I do some radio stuff? Like edit something, be a producer for something. I don't know, work with Ebro or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, my first internship was a placeholder. But this one, I will say, and that I'll just segue into that anyway. Me finishing up my my internship. I just finished yesterday, Wednesday. And I would like to say that I worked my ass off on this internship. You get what I'm saying? I thought I was a goddamn worker there. You get what I'm saying? I was a worker. I did a lot. I was responsible for 7 shows. 2 was from people that just wanted to get on their microphones, record, and expect everybody else to edit it for them. Yeah, you get those. It'd be the old people that, yeah, I'm not a producer. I don't do all that stuff. I just record. I talk. That's what I do. So you're going to edit my stuff. Yeah. We had those. So yeah. So imagine doing that for for 3 months. It was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not going to lie to you right now. And I had fun. No, I like, because the thing about it is, though, it would be one thing if I didn't like what I was doing. Yes, I worked my ass off, but I liked doing it. You get what I'm saying? It's something that drives me. And I love audio editing. I love all the filing techniques that I learned. I learned commands. Oh my goodness. Like, commands save your life. Like, computer commands. That shit saves your goddamn life. It really does. Also, using Adobe Audition, I've learned a lot. You know, I implement them in this podcast so you can have a good show. And it also, you're helping them out for free, and you're also learning the way of that company or of that industry. I can take what I've learned here and try to go to another internship, maybe a bigger radio station, and hopefully get to that. I'm trying to get into WNYC. Yeah. I worked my ass off. That podcast. Not the podcast. That internship. That shit was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a lot this summer, and it took most of my summer. I feel like because I took this internship, my summer was just like, whoop. And that's another thing too. I feel like ever since I've been back home for the summer, I feel like I haven't had time just for me, and just a lot of stuff that has happened in the course of this summer that hindered me from, doing just me. You get what I'm saying? Like, just being by myself or something like that. Just time just to think. Because I came from 2 real busy scheduled semesters before this summer. Okay, let's remember back in last fall semester, I did that internship in Brooklyn, which was a lot, and then I did the spring semester. Oh, actually, no. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of goddamn work. And, the spring semester that was around the corner, and that was a lot of work too. So, coming into the summer and actually doing another internship, I know, you put this on yourself, yes, but at the end of the day, like, I would have loved some time just for me. Maybe I shouldn't have did 3 days out the week. Maybe I should have just did 2, and they should have been separated. Because I felt like that would have been a lot better. Because I'm over here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's like back to back to back. But I learned a lot. I wouldn't take it back for the world. I love this experience. Hopefully, maybe I can come back. Yeah, maybe not. I'm not going to come back. But, maybe I can come back to visit to see how everything is going. And they really do. They say, oh my God, we love your voice. Like, they use my voice for a lot of PSAs and, some station IDs. And I also took some stuff that the stuff that I created for my portfolio. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking this. Like, I went to a couple of people's shows. I'm like, yeah, I made your promo. I made your promo ad and yours. So I'm taking it and it's mine. Yeah, I'm putting it in my portfolio. I'm not going to distribute it, so don't get mad. But yeah, I made sure I did that before I left. And also I got the archive for this live broadcast. I mean, that's the best. My last internship would never even allow me in the studio area. Like, they'd be like, boy, if you don't retweet our damn show updates, if you don't put this on our website, child. We did a lot of web design and a lot of social media stuff, which was, I guess, a part of advertising. That was our job description there, but girl, I want to do a little bit more. I mean, it was one point where we did do some audio editing, but it wasn't at the magnitude of what I wanted it to be. But, that's what it is. I mean, your first internship, and that's for anybody that's listening that's going into their first internship. Your first internship might not be the one that's going to take you there. Sometimes you need placeholders so that you can go to this internship. You get what I'm saying? To that one. You get what I'm saying? I have to work small for me to work big. You get what I'm saying? So that was a learning lesson, and I got it. Hopefully I'll be able to get into WNYC because I love that atmosphere. That whole station is just, I love it. I don't even care that I don't really know any of the podcasts or any of the shows. I don't really listen to them like that, but I will learn. Like, this whole fall, I did start listening to Radiolab, which I love that podcast. Like, I listened to one episode and I'm already hooked. Like, because the way that they go into it, and it's like something that I always wanted for my podcast, but I can't, I do news. I do conversational podcasts. I can never do what they do. I mean, maybe if I had like other people or whatever, or a team of people, but they capture the and I suggest you guys listen to it too. It's called Radio Lab. Listen to it anywhere, child. iTunes, Google Play, whatever. And they basically just like talk about. They have a subject and they talk about it not in a way of a conversation, but in a way symbolically, or in a way of just like they take you there with the sound. There's like different sound effects during it. It takes you. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you need to listen to it. You get what I'm saying? It's a really good one. I'll start listening to that and just like other stuff that's associated with them because they have a good team, and I want to be a part of it, child. And it's a paid internship, child. Oh yes, I need that. I definitely need that. Now, my little desk job or whatever, just a little update on that. They have not been texting me or saying, hey, we need fall schedules. I'm starting to believe like y'all already got a new team and y'all just telling us at last minute, yeah, we already got a new team, so y'all done. Like, and my thing is, y'all, they could have been a little bit more considerate. Now, I talked to the one person, he ended up quitting. One of our managers, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll send you information on that email in mid part of August. Honey, we're almost in September. Where is it at? Well, I mean, and if we do get it the last week, I'm gonna see about it. But I done applied to the little bookstore that's over there on campus. I ain't got time for them. Look, I gotta make money. I cannot be poor on this campus. Cause I need to do stuff. Like this is where I'm going to start doing stuff. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll just see. But there's another thing that I want to talk about too. It was just a little bit of depression that I've been going through this summer. I think I hinted at it a little bit when I said that I just haven't had time just for me. I just feel like, I don't know. So I went to the doctor's today or a couple days ago, and I ain't gonna lie, that doctor read me. That doctor read the hell out of me. You need not to be doing this. Don't be doing that. Because I was telling her I smoke a little bit. I not smoke weed, but I smoke like a mild. So don't judge me. But she was telling me you can't be doing that. And then she took my blood pressure, child, and the fact that I haven't been to the doctors in 3 years. First of all, and from that last doctor visit, I've gained at least 100 pounds. I was 230 something. Or 250 something. Now I'm like 330. Yeah, like, and my blood pressure, it didn't go nowhere. It was at the same rate as last time I got checked up. A checkup by. Look, I know I need to watch what I eat, and it really, I mean, I'm not depressed because of that. It's just like other things too that I know I can work on. You know, sometimes I do get depressed to the point where I just like, you know, some people, I'm not trying to say I crave food or anything like that, but some people have like the depression where it's like food is like my way of getting out of things. And I do feel like I need to get out of that shit because I'm trying to lose weight now. Now or never at this point because, you know, and I think I needed that push from the doctors because I don't know. I just no one has been doing it for me. Like no one is, and I can't rely on nobody, of course. But like I felt like I just needed that realization that hey, you need to get your life together, or you will die. You will have complications throughout your life. That's one thing I don't want. I don't want any complications. I've seen a lot of people in my family have lots of complications, and it hinders them from just living their life as they want to. I want to be the person that is healthy, and I will be. I know I made jokes about this with my friends or whatever. Said I'm doing some kind of Beyonce diet or whatever, but that might be the case when I go back to school. Because, and that's just another thing too, and it's like, and I was trying to explain to my doctor, look, let me tell you something. I was trying to explain to her, look, I don't be having the money, being that damn Ollie's don't want to schedule me no more, I'd end up quitting that damn job. Now I ain't got, child name dropped them, I don't give a fuck. But, being that they haven't scheduled me, I done did this damn trip to Minneapolis, which I felt like was very trivial. I didn't need to go. And that's still on period. I really didn't need to go. I mean, it was a good experience. I met people there that was cool, whatever, but I really didn't need to go. Because that put a hole in my pocket. And then coming back home to not work. And I had a game plan that I was going to buy stuff from the grocery store myself because I can't rely on coming home because home is like pizza, Chinese food. We had pizza and Chinese food not, I wouldn't say almost every day, but in the beginning of the summer, we was eating that a lot. And I will say this, you know, me being an adult, I have full control of what goes inside of my mouth, but not if you don't got no damn money. And that's one thing that my doctor told me. She was like, "Oh well, don't blame it on other people. It's your job to da 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 da." Now I wanted to be like, "Bitch, pay my bills." You get? Don't tell me. You get what I'm saying? But if food is presented to me, I'm going to eat it. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like now I know I have to have a job. I have to have some kind of temp job when I come back to school, when I come back from home. Because I feel like when I'm in school, I really do well as far as eating a balanced diet. I always incorporate vegetables. That's one thing. When I came to the school, I want to say my second semester, because my first semester, child, I was messing around, okay? My second semester, I said I would definitely try to always incorporate a lean diet. That's vegetables, starch, and the meat. Well, you know what? I'm taking out the meat and I'm taking out the starch. You get what I'm saying? I'm eating fruits and vegetables. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna have to do until I can lose some weight. First of all, because yes, I'm trying to lose weight too, but I'm also trying to be healthy as well. And I encourage that to anybody. I understand, like, when you're at a place where you have no control over what you eat because you don't have the money to buy your own shit, it sucks. It really does. And you have to eat what is there. And I just know now that I'm really going to have money, or I'm just have to really gun them to try to go to the damn grocery store. That didn't make no damn sense. How I want to say, when I came back home. And that's why I do feel like that's where the depression comes into. Being home. Oh my God, my computer is crazy right now, okay? Calm down. Being at home really puts a strain on everything because, yeah, like I said, we don't have no time to go to the grocery store, but I'm like, yo, it's not like y'all not getting paid. Y'all still got money. What are y'all spending it on? You get what I'm saying? And I don't want to fight my parents on this, but at the end of the day, and I'm looking at y'all health too. We really gonna be eating out all day, all your life like that? Look, this is my strict ass diet. No more fast food, no more pizza, no more Chinese food, no more of that shit. Because at the end of the day, that's the main killer too. We'll sit there, or we don't feel like cooking or whatever. Well, shit. I buy myself a cookbook and I start cooking. If that's what it's gonna have to take for us to start eating right, that shit really pissed me off this whole summer. And then me being home also is just nothing to do, like, other than the internship, which was fulfilling. But other than that, there was nothing else to do. I felt like I was forced to just hang out with certain associates because there was nothing to do, in which I'm gonna start saying no to. I'm gonna start being like, all right, no, I can't hang out with y'all today. I have to make sure that I'm good. And then going on this Minneapolis trip, put a hole in my damn check. I had money. And it's not, and it'd be something if I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did have a good time. It didn't have a turn time, child. It was work. But, like, it'd be something if we was actually going out somewhere. The group that I was with wasn't even trying to do nothing. So I understand y'all are work friends, okay? Y'all my work friends, okay? You get what I'm saying? When it comes to the business. But, like, damn. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like the whole situation with this dude that was scamming me or whatever that happened this summer, I want to say this was the worst. This summer took a turn for the goddamn worst for me. The only good thing that came out of it was that I'm doing this podcast and you guys are listening, and I do have listeners. And I feel like I'm dragging too much. I don't want you guys to get bored with my little old story. But, like, yeah, that's oh my God. I feel like it's going to go away once I go to school. But I can't rely on school all the time because I'm going to have to always come back home eventually. And when I graduate, I better find myself a job because I cannot stay here. Because I feel like it's killing me to stay here. It really is. And it's time to go. If it starts to kill you, then it's time to go. But anyway, let's get into these hot topics. But before we get into these hot topics, it's a word from my sponsors. Okay, so this week was a little dry. Look, I mean, it was a little dry. People are still talking about this Jay-Z situation now. The owner of the team, well, now someone's saying that he's not going to be part owner of the team. Yada yada yada. His Kaepernick's attorney slams Jay-Z, calls him cold-blooded, and then like, what's his name? Dame Dash says some shit like he was like, oh, he ain't shit. He was never shit, whatever. At the end of the day, you cannot come for Hove because Hove really did help the community, okay? But y'all getting mad because he trying to get some money. You get what I'm saying? My thing is this. I hope we have that same energy when it comes to the Super Bowl, when it comes to football in general. I hope the people that is calling Jay-Z a sellout are not watching any type of football this season, or ever. You get what I'm saying? Since NFL is so boycotted, and any black person that tries to do a little partnership with them, they're a sellout. I think you're a sellout if you watch it. I don't watch the NFL, so I ain't contradicting myself here. So what's up? You get what I'm saying? Look, I leave him alone. At the end of the day, you don't know what he's doing now. Colin Kaepernick, if he wants to be upset, or if his team wants to be upset, his girl, whatever, wants to be upset, I get it, I guess. You know, I get it. I mean, it looks weird. It does look weird. I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't look weird. But I know Jay-Z always has a plan on certain things. Like, he's always doing something for some reason. You get what I'm saying? He's not a Kanye. You get what I'm saying? It's not like we lost all faith in him. But I do feel that he has something planned. But if Colin Kaepernick and his team or whatever wants to sit there and feel some type of way, I can't fault him on that because it does look bad. But anybody else that's sitting on the sidelines talking about this shit, don't even know what's going on, sit down. And I'm not even saying I even know what's going on. I don't know. So the thing about it is, though, if you don't know, you shouldn't be saying shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to boycott, like I'm saying, if you're going to sit there and call him a sellout for partnering with NFL, don't watch the NFL. Don't watch them. Don't support them. Don't go to the games. Don't watch them. You get what I'm saying? And for the artists, I better not see a stitch of black in this year's Super Bowl. If I bet not. Okay? And if I do, y'all better not have said nothing about Jay-Z. All right? But that's just all I had to say about that situation. I thought I wanted to touch on that subject. Let's talk about Pose for a little bit. I want to talk about Pose because it was a season finale, and it gave me everything that I ever wanted, and it was a dope ass season. I loved it, with just an exception of a couple episodes, and we'll get into that later. It was a good season, and this last episode was centered around the uplifting of black trans women. The trans community can sometimes be outcasted in the LGBT community. I see that a lot. You know, when it comes to the part where they're doing the ballroom and you have the gay males judging the trans woman, because that's why people go to the ball, because you want to see the trans woman have the outfit and just the look, the vogue, all that. You get what I'm saying? So they turned it around and was like, okay, yeah, well, y'all judge us all the time, but we don't never get to judge y'all. So it was a chilling moment to see them, like Pray Tell and all of his goons or whatever, in drag. And I feel like it made me think, it was like, is that how drag started? Like, was it like trans women telling them, hey, y'all need to switch it around, see how it feels, see how we feel. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's switch roles. And that's where the whole drag scene came about, because drag is gay men just wearing extravagant female clothing to the extreme. I thought it was a good episode, and it was cool. It was cool. I mean, I liked how it showed like a little bit of a update, because we kind of seen, Damon's character, or Damon or whatever, he has a house now because he moved to Europe to dance for somebody, dance with some singer or something like that. So he has a house, and he's a house father, whatever. And then we seen Angel struggling, but then, what's the name came through? I think what's his name? Poppy came through, whatever, and she's back in her little modeling gig. And that one part that really takes me out though, because it was your person from the own community that clocked her. So what happened was, if you didn't see it, and this is a spoiler, if you didn't see it, Angel's character is a trans model, and she got into this business, and everyone thought she was a real woman. But there was a person that knew her past, because he was probably in the ballrooms too, child. And he was, obviously he was in the gay community. This is the way he was acting or whatever. And, he clocked her. He outed her for that. And then all the people wanted to pull from her. They didn't want to work with her because, it's just not natural. The yada, 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 all this homophobic shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit really happens. You get what I'm saying? I do feel like people in the gay community would dime each other out just for their own benefit. That is some real ass shit. And it made me mad watching that, because I'm like, damn, it could have been, it could have been just anybody. It could have been the person the weird ass photographer that was kind of like fondling her or whatever because of his little sick, twisted, fantasy or whatever. It could have been him. You get what I'm saying? But no, it was somebody that was out of the closet that is supposed to be your ally, first of all. And that's why I said, trans in the gay community, they do not get along. You get what I'm saying? I don't care. You get what I'm saying? I haven't been friends with any trans women or trans men before. There wasn't a lot in my circle. There wasn't a lot really in my school. Any of my schools, college or high school, whatever. But I know one thing, if we had a good connection, we would definitely be friends. There is no type. I have no type. And I feel like a lot of gay men feel like, people are going to think that I'm trying to transition too if I hang around this transgender woman. Like, no. Like, bitch, fuck what they think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what people think at the end of the day. And you should uplift everybody in your community. And that's just, I'm not even trying to be no activist now. I'm not trying to be no activist. But I'm just saying everyone deserves respect. But anyway, I want to switch gears on that, on the show. Let's talk about the production of the show, because the show finally addressed colorism issues. There was this blog that came out that kind of criticized some of the casting roles. Elektra and Candy, which were the two darker skinned characters, they were portrayed as almost the villain, the messy ones, the catty, the snotty, the and the third, and characters like Lulu and Blanca and Angel were like the innocent ones, and they ended up killing Candy. But then there was why didn't the blog had some. They said it wasn't enough dark skinned main characters, which, let me be honest, I'm not going to count Pray Tell and Ricky, because they're men, but let's talk about the transgender woman. Candy and Elektra were the only main characters that were darker skinned, and they were looked at as the bad guy. Now, Elektra had a little bit of a character development. She did even out towards the end of this season. I will give them that much. Elektra was not the villain in this last. She was the good guy. You get what I'm saying? I didn't like how they did Candy. And that's why I said I didn't like that episode when Pray Tell was going through whatever he was going through. We thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to die that episode. And Candy came in with saying, "Oh, we in hell. Just come with me. Kill yourself." Da, da, da. Like, why was she portrayed like that? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, why was that ever a thing on that show? That's what made me not like that show. Well, not the show. I mean, that episode. Yeah, it just wasn't right for me. So I kind of understand where that blog is coming from. Where they're coming from, actually. Now, I feel that when they talked on the panel, because when they addressed it, they had a panel, and it had the actor for Blanca, Angel, Lulu, and then it had the one with Ricky in it, but they didn't really say nothing about it. That's fine and all. I mean, I like their opinion, I guess. I mean, you go ahead and take a look.
I think colorism is one of the most subconscious biases that exist, because Black people also contribute to it too, and people of color also contribute to it too, especially when you're light skinned. You don't.
As far as colorism goes, because though I do understand there are privileges to being a lighter complected, I also want to address there were times where I was bullied or treated very, very bad by dark
Or not black enough.
I understood as I got older why. And I understood that there was a privilege that I had. And so I will say that I'm not in the writer's room either, but I will say that I'm glad that we're talking about it now. And I think that's the intention of it.
Noticed how, Dominique and Candy are, seem to be the villains, of the show. They also go through the most of all the characters because they're dark-skinned black trans women. And, their experiences aren't the same. But I think, a lot of the way it was written was intentional. They go through a lot. Their experiences have been tough, and that they've had to protect everything that they do have and are constantly fighting for space, even in their own community.
Colorism has been something, like we have all said, that has been in this world for years and beyond. In Africa, they chop off albino limbs because they think it's magical. And that's something that has been embedded, I'm sorry to the white people in the room, but it has embedded by white people due to colonialism and colorism. So that is something that we have to tackle with every single day, simply because that has been embedded. And I think, like everyone has said, it's a magnifying glass on how that is a trickle effect. And sometimes it's hereditary, and where people are just have that, and there are sometimes where people have to learn themselves out of that and get out of that. And I think that's a wonderful thing that Pose is doing, is learning themselves out of it, simply due to the trans experience, but also as people of color in a realm where they're separated from other people, the juxtaposition between people who are working in Wall Street and us being down in the underground. So, agree upon everything that everyone has said, but that's something that has happened, and it needs to be seen. It has to be seen.
Unlearning.
I don't know
Unlearning, for sure.
Okay, so that was actors Blanca, Lulu, and Angel speaking on that situation. First of all, I would have loved to have the content creators, the people that's actually sitting down writing out people's roles, and directors to actually sit there and talk about the situation, or maybe even the darker skinned cast members to explain their parts or whatever. I understand that. I felt that the panel missed an opportunity to talk about the real issue, because I understand that lighter skinned people go through things, and I know that Lulu talked about, the character for Lulu talked about, they cut off albino limbs. They do that in Africa. We're not in Africa. We're in America. Okay. We're not talking about the things that the question was, what do you have to say about the criticism that there is not a lot of good representation, dark-skinned trans women in there? That was the question. Now, I understand that you guys, and I do believe that lighter skin complexion, they go through a lot too. You get what I'm saying? They constantly, sometimes they get bullied because of their light skin, because people are, I don't want to say it, but jealous of the fair skin, so they bully or they do this. Look, I get it. But at the end of the day, I feel like, let's be real. Let's talk about it. I do feel like people that are darker skinned do have a tougher time in this world, in this country, whatever you want to call it. Fair skinned people have advantages. One main thing is movie roles. So, why couldn't Candy play Angel? You get what I'm saying? Candy was definitely angelic as her. She was face. So no, I guess, and I don't want to change no roles now. At the end of the day, my thing is this: Pose is a great show, but they can't satisfy everyone. That's one thing that I've learned with these shows, with anything publicly, anything that's a movie show, whatever, person, singer. You can't really, you can't satisfy everybody. Even people, when they was talking about goddamn Black Panther, people were saying, oh, there's not enough light-skinned people there. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So I can understand how they could be frustrated. They don't have to, it's not really their, I guess it is their place. That is their show, even though they're the actors of it. But it's I wish there would have been other people, the people that made the decision to make Elektra and Candy the aggressors of the show, or the ones that's messy or T or whatever. You get what I'm saying? not the actors, because at the end of the day, their job is to act. They're just trying to get paid. They're not thinking, oh my God, yes, I just stole this role from this dark-skinned character. They're not thinking about that. They're literally trying to make their name. So I can't fault them, and I love them. I love all the cast members, first of all. But we need to address the real issue. That is a real issue now. There's not enough dark-skinned people that's in there. And if there are, they're men. And really with the men, I mean, Pray Tell's dark-skinned, and Ricky is kind of, I mean, he's not light-skinned, but he's, in the middle. There's not really a lot of dark-skinned guys that are main characters either, if we want to be real honest. And we'll just have to, it's a conversation that needed to happen, and hopefully there will be more darker skinned roles in this show. But like I said, you can't satisfy everybody. So we'll just see what happens. I love the show. I love the energy that it gives. And it's getting a third season. I hope it gets many, many more after that at the end of the day. Now, they're supposed to be doing some kind of time jump, which I kind of see anyway, because at the end of it, everybody left Blanca's house, and Blanca kind of has two new children or whatever. Either what I think what's going to happen, most of the cast members are either going to get older. I know Blanca probably not going to live that long. Pray Tell might not live that long. I don't know. Here's what I think. I think that my little theory. Blanca might be on her deathbed, and her children are, doing their thing. She got like a little bit more children in her house or whatever. And I don't know. It's going to be so. I don't know. I'm not a movie maker, but look, make it good. Make sure this is not going to be the last season, because after the third season, these shows want to think like they can do certain things, and then they got their ass canceled. Look, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good show. I hope that they come through. But since we're on the talk of LGBT community, trans women, trans black women, this leads me to my next topic, and I wanted to talk about the man who committed suicide after being bullied for dating a transgender woman. Now, a Philadelphia man committed suicide. He was openly bullied for dating a transgender woman. His name was Maurice Willowgrove. He was 20 years old. And he went on live on Facebook and quickly gained over 15,000 views after he openly admitted of dating a transgender woman. However, the video received backlash. And Maurice was bullied for dating his girlfriend, Faith. Friends of Maurice said, he also dealt with depression and cyberbullying, became a contributing factor in the declining of his mental health state. And that's why he took his life. And look, let me tell you something, guys. My job is not to tell people that this shit is okay. Suicide is not the way. I'm going to say this, and I don't want to offend anybody that's going through depression. Hey, I'm going through depression, but I'm still keeping this shit moving. You get what I'm saying? It's not at the magnitude of that, because I've been at that point where hiding my true self, being scared of being outed, and then one day coming out and then dealing with like people's responses. It makes you feel. And I remember I watched this thing. I think I said this before in the podcast, but whatever, I'm going to say it again. This thing on the grapevine when this dude talked about how when he was watching something about, LGBT, and to hear his parents, denounce it. You get what I'm saying? It just makes you feel sick. It makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. And it's just like you have some kind of disease or something. It makes you feel sick. So I've been there. But I've overcame it. Suicide is not the way. Now, there's no excuse for anybody cyberbullying. That's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, not only are you ending your life and hurting your life, because you're killing yourself, but you're hurting the people that's around you, the people that love you. You know what I'm saying? Like your family, your friends, your girlfriend in this case. It's just not the way. There could have been I feel like someone in that camp, if they knew that he was really going through depression, because I feel like we all know the people that are around us that have like depression issues, but we choose not to do nothing or say nothing because, they'll never do that. They'll never do that. And until they do it, you'll never know. And I will say, like I said, look, suicide is not the way. There is other, and I don't care if people say I sound insensitive. Wow, child, I'm tired. Insensitive. I don't care if I sound insensitive, but at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. I'm not going to tell you, oh my God, well, yeah, he was really going through a lot. No, that I'm speaking to the person that is depressed that's listening to this podcast right now to call the hotline, the suicide hotline. The description is in this episode. You get what I'm saying? Real serious. It's not the way. And I feel like we need to stop doing it, and people need to stop cyberbullying. What are we doing that here for? It's 2019. Okay? People are doing, he's not hurting, they're not hurting anybody, they're not hurting themselves. So what's the issue? And I found out, this was a person that lived in Philly, and I will say, because I've had experience with being in an environment where people go to Philly or whatever. My first school that I went to, mad people that I hung out with, mad people that I was associated with or just culted with was from that city. And I remember there was some people that was in the closet, but I remember people told me don't ever out them. Not only for my safety, but for their safety. Because it gets real crazy. I'm like, y'all like that over there? And that, really? But y'all got a neighborhood. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, and that's another thing too. Hang with people that have your best interests. If you know people are not going to accept your lifestyle, stop hanging with them. Because you're going to be heartbroken when you come out. That's how I was. Like, when I was in, grade school, whatever, middle school, and I kind of associated, I was never friends with them, but I associated myself with people that were, soon to be homophobic. And then you'll sit there, they hung around you for a little bit, but then you start seeing who they really are or whatever. And then you're like, damn, I'm really like that, but they really don't like me, but they don't know it yet. Then you finally come out and you're so heartbroken and you're so like, oh my God, like all this person stopped talking to me, that person stopped talking to me. If you would have hung with people that is cool with you, that are not like that, then you wouldn't have been feeling that way. But I'm not victim blaming. You get what I'm saying? You hang out with who you hang out with at the end of the day. But I feel like people need to understand now that it is freaking 2019. People are doing this shit on a regular. What is so new about it? I don't know, child. People will never stop being homophobic. Just like people will never stop being racist, xenophobic, you name it. Don't make no damn sense. I tell you, child, you can't fault nobody for losing, child. I be trying though. But anyway, I wanted to switch gears for a little bit. Bad Baby claims that Nicki don't write her own rhymes. I wanted to talk about this very briefly, and I wanted to briefly get off that situation. Bad Baby, stay in the child's place. Because at the end of the day, I feel like, and I'm going to be real honest, if Nicki responds to this, fine. Because I know before I would be like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't respond. And she does respond, I'll be like, oh my God, why would you respond? Like, she's a nobody. But no, respond. Because, at the end of the day, like, it's getting to the point where y'all need to shut the hell up. Y'all really just said her name for clout. And I do agree with her when she said y'all just want to sit there before a project come out. Watch. I bet you Bad Baby going to come out with another song or probably another project. Because she got clout off of saying Nicki don't write her rhymes. And then she had the nerve to go on. First of all, she's the selectiveness of her art, of her little rant. First of all, you saying she don't write her rhymes. Then when the barbs came for your ass and came with receipts, then you went to go on Wikipedia and be like, oh, you see this dude on looking at it. And then you want to go back and be like, oh, well, I didn't say that she don't write all her stuff. I didn't say that she don't write all her stuff. I said some stuff, like people be helping people. Why are you backpedaling? No. If you gonna say something, stick to it. Through and through. Okay. I don't know why you brought that up. Maybe it's because somebody said that you didn't write your rhymes, and I guess you felt offended by it, and that's what people do. When they get offended, they offend others. So that they can, so the attention of what the first original conversation was, I think that whole situation was full of shit. I don't know why I'm giving it clout, but I got to talk about it because this was a dry week. If it wasn't a dry week, I would not be talking about this shit. But yeah, speaking of Nicki, on some good news, Hot Girl Summer with Meg Thee Stallion featuring Nicki Minaj and Ty Dolla $ign debuted at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. That is a good job. I knew it would do well because that was a good ass song. And let's keep that same energy, Barbs. Let's keep streaming. That means don't download it. You know, make sure that little cloud sign is next to it while you're playing Hot Girl Summer, and keep this streaming shit going. You get what I'm saying? And also try to vote for it. I seen there was this one person on Twitter that was secretly like giving someone the link to vote for Hot Girl Summer for the VMA Awards. That's some smart shit. And they put like a Tekashi 6ix9ine story saying that he got out of jail or whatever. But it's really a fake, and it's just really something that you just click on and you automatically voted for Meg Thee Stallion. I hope they win. Speaking of the VMA Awards, I'm so mad that the 1 year that they're in freaking Newark, I have no money. Like, nothing. I'm just, you know what? I'm mad. I'm really pissed. They're having the VMA Awards in Newark, New Jersey? What? I mean, Newark? Really? Like, Newark? Oh, my God. Well, I mean, there's not going to be a lot of A-listers there anyway. I mean, we have, like, the new people, like Lizzo going to be there, Lil Nas X. I don't think Cardi going to be there. I don't think Nicki going to be there. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people going to be there, child. Not a lot of A-listers, child. You know Beyonce, Rihanna, they were like, bitch, Newark? And they water. Now, if the VMA Awards going to be in Newark, they need to start paying for this goddamn water going on. Newark about to be the whole new Flint. And y'all over here doing some award shows? Mayor, what you doing? What you doing over there? But anyway, let's change the subject. You know, I'm always getting pissed off over something. And it really don't be me, guys. It really just be people, just stuff that just happens and it just pisses me off. So Spider-Man is no longer to be part of the MCU. Now, I'm a big Marvel fan, so you know I'm going to talk about this because this is a big story. Now, this story is from Deadline. Sources say that there are two more Spider-Man films in the works that are meant to have directed by John Watts and starred by Tom Holland front and center. Though Watts he doesn't have a deal with the next picture unless something dramatic happens. It comes down to money. So the whole situation is Disney asked that future Spider-Man films be 50-50 with co-financing arrangement between the two studios, and there were discussions that there might extend to other films in the Spider-Man universe. Sony turned the offer down. And I don't believe that they came back to the table to have another agreement. So, led by Tom Rotman and Tony Vigor, or whatever them names is, Sony simply did not want to share its biggest franchise. So, Sony is keeping the arrangement. Marvel receives the range of 5% of the first dollar gross, sources said. And Disney refused. So, they're like going... Disney wants 50-50. Sony does not. And they wanted to have... Because Sony made the money. Sony made bank off this movie because it's still in association with them. They own Spider-Man. The MCU wrote the story. They want 50-50, which I agree. I feel like they do. I feel like Disney does deserve 50-50. I mean, because you're not just going to sit there. I'm just not going to just pay for you more because you own the name. And then, no, we getting paid 50-50. Why can't we both make money? Now, my thing is, so now it's going back to Sony. They're either going to not do no Spider-Man movie at all no more because they done did, or worse, they might make another Spider-Man movie with another freaking character, another actor, and it's going to be trash. Y'all cannot do it. You cannot make Spider-Man movies. I'm sorry. Now, y'all lucked up with this Spider-Verse shit. That was a good movie, but you can't really mess up a cartoon. Y'all can't both eat out here. Like, y'all cannot get along. My thing is this. the arrangement wouldn't have stopped your bag. Because at the end of the day, they knew how well this last movie went and they want to keep it going, but they want to get paid for it. These companies, you know, in the end, who suffers? Because first of all, we done got used to the Spider-Man. We kind of like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So first of all, we can't imagine no other Spider-Man. So don't even try to think that in your mind that you can actually make another one. And my thing is, Sony is really just harboring all these damn characters for what though? For what though? Like, y'all cannot do a good job. Venom was trash. I'm sorry, but even though I did like it when I was little, I was a lot younger when the Amazing Spider-Man movies came out, but those two were trash. You just didn't do a good job. You can't do Spider-Man. MCU, my thing is, at least, you know, and let me not, you know, give Disney no slack too, because Disney is all for money as well. But at least they have people making the movies that actually give a shit about Marvel, because they did Spider-Man justice. Okay? And what have you done? Venom was trash. You cannot do Venom without Spider-Man. I don't know why you even thought you was going to do that. And then you made him a hero? What? Excuse me? No, that was never going to happen. That was chalk. And then what else you did? The Amazing Spider-Man. I love the connections with the Gwen and Peter Parker. That's the only thing I like about Spider-Man. But like I said, it's not a love movie. You know, it's a superhero movie. Yeah, it was just not. It wasn't good. And it's just like, y'all need to get along, because that shit is like, at this point, Disney just need to buy Sony. At this point, just buy Sony. Then you got all the Spider-Man, all the villains. Because you harboring Dr. Octopus. Your people can't even have Dr. Octopus. I want that reunion. I want them to do another one. And then it was such an amazing moment when you seen at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, you seen J. Jonah Jameson. That would have been, the next movie he was going to be on there. Like, Spider-Man is a menace. Like, this, that, and the third. It would have been amazing. But no, you want to take it all away. Disney. Buy Sony. And this will all end. Just buy it. We know you got the money. Buy Sony and we'll be good. Because at this point, I don't imagine. This is what the fans should do, though. Boycott everything Sony made. Boycott everything. Boycott Sony. Bitch, headphones and all. You get what I'm saying? Because they don't do good movies, and they're being very... I feel like I'm on Disney side with this, because yes, I feel like it should be 50-50. You know, I'm not going to sit there and make a damn movie for y'all and pay y'all more than what we're getting off the damn movie. Because I bet you the Marvel studio didn't get none of this, didn't get his half of the profits that Sony got off this damn movie, child. That's crazy. Buy Sony. Just end it, period. Just end it. You know? Do your little snap. But anyway, let's move on, though. I want to talk about Eva Marcel. This is something that kind of came up on a last minute type. So, Eva Marcel changes her baby's last name to her new man's last name. And social media is coming after her, calling it disrespectful, yada, yada, yada. Essentially, and I guess people didn't do their research, essentially the father kind of disowned the child on social media at that too. On social media. You can have her, this, that, and the third. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm paraphrasing. But social media saying that it's such a disrespect because that's not his child, this, that, and the third. And Eva set the record straight on that little radio show. And at the end of the day, I tips my hat to you. Because at the end of the day, like, that's not right. You know, you're publicly saying, yeah, I'm giving up my daughter. You can do whatever you want, this and the third. She's dead. She's dead to me. Child fathered in 2019, child. Ooh. God. Horrible. Ooh, that's what I say. Watch who you have children with, child. Watch who you have children with. Oh, my God. It's so sad. So yeah, I'm for her changing her baby's name, because she don't need to be a part of that. And if he try to come in her life, you better be like, nah, bro. But anyway, big ups to Eva Marcel, and I can't wait for Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be a really good season. I can already tell, because I feel like this is gonna be addressed. And It's a lot of stuff that just need to be addressed. This has been happening with Nene, Kenya, and all them. We'll just see what happens. But anyway, one other thing I wanted to talk about, this whole goddamn Popeyes this whole Popeyes chicken sandwich. I'm not eating that because I've seen a couple of posts on Facebook and the meat looked uncooked. It looked like a slab of, and there's no slab of chicken. That shit is fake. That shit look like straight rubber. I'm like, no, I'm not eating that. No, Chick-fil-A all day. Chick-fil-A all day. Sorry, I couldn't do Popeyes. And then Popeyes, and I bet you any amount of money. Hold on, I'm about to out them right now because let me tell you something about that Popeyes. Popeyes, hold on, I'm going on Google right the fuck now. Hold on. Hold on. All right, hold on. Where we at? The Popeyes on 1284 South Broad Street. I'm coming for your ass because y'all are the worst Popeyes I have ever been to. Y'all don't never have shit. All y'all got is chicken. Like, y'all got chicken, but it's like y'all don't got the 5-piece, y'all don't got the 3-piece, y'all don't got shit. I remember one time I went there and they told me that I sat there and ordered a poor boy sandwich and they didn't even have the poor boy sandwich and they told me to talk about something. Oh, could you get something else? Can I get something else? Can I have my money back? And they couldn't even give it to me. I'm like, you know what? Let me get out of here. And I bet you that one doesn't even have the damn chicken sandwiches. So I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try anywhere because at the end of the day, the sandwich looks basic. It doesn't look like real chicken. You know, and then, honey, ain't nobody eating no damn Popeyes chicken chow. And everybody's gassing over it. I've seen so many fights or something like that. I'm like, y'all really fighting over this damn sandwich over here in Popeyes. Look, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. But anyway, I guess that's it for today. It was a pretty good run today. I had a good time. I had a good chat with you guys. Like I said, this will be the last week that and I don't even know if I even would do an after show, but this probably will be the last week that I do an after show with you guys. Let me tell you something, I cannot be doing it when I'm in school. It's a lot of work. I understand, guys, but look, hey, like I'm back in school. Like, it's whatever. You're going to get a podcast every week, every Friday. I promise you, I will never stop. And yeah, that's just that. And until next time, I'm your host, Darren Green, and this is The Darren Green Show, signing out.